Are you working 50, 60, sometimes 70 hours a week and like wondering where's all the money? How come you're not making money? And you're feeling fatigued and you're not maintaining relationships and you're losing focus on what's happening around you? Is that something that you're experiencing? Don't trade time for money. Make money with more time off. You know, for me, right here at Epic Financial Strategies, back in 2000 and I want to say 12, 13, and 14, I was still living in the prism of an old model. And the old model was based on me as an individual producer and also paying the bills, not only from the company perspective, but also individually. And what began to happen is external forces that you can't control, plus life, you know, having a wife with 3 children, sporting events, other things happening, my time began to get compressed. And as a result of it, I began to rush through my normal process of what I used to do. And because of that, I was beginning to trade time for money. I'd come home agitated. I wouldn't be in the right state of mind. I would fight with people. I would be rude to people. I didn't get enough sleep. I wasn't eating right. And we can get back to that part. But at the end of the day, I was trading time for money and I was not happy. Even when I go back to when I was in 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, I didn't realize I was an entrepreneur. I never even understood it till about maybe 2 years ago. But I had a paper out when I was in 5th grade, and it would take me to go from school to pick up the 80, 90 papers, and then to be able to deliver the papers probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, right? And then every Thursday or Friday, we would go in and go collect the money for the papers, and that's where I would make a tip. And at that point, we're talking early 80s, I wound up being able to save about $700, $800, which was a lot of money on the tips I made over a 12-month period. So one of the things I did, one of the distinctions I did, and my first understanding of entrepreneurship, although I didn't have a language for it, is my parents had a swimming pool in the backyard. And I had 4 friends who didn't have a pool, and in the summertime, they helped me with the paper out because you don't get the summer off when you have a paper out. And we took 2 hours and broke it down to about 38 minutes because I would chop up the papers into 4 different parts. Each person would be responsible for 20 or 25 papers. And what took 2 hours, we scaled it down to 25 minutes. And then during that time, we would go swimming after that. So that was my first step into no longer trading time for money, but having money work for me through human capital relationships and cutting down the time that it took me to make the money. I didn't pay them. They got to go swimming, so I was able to keep the same amount of money in my pocket where it belonged. So fast forward to 2015 and 16, I read Tony Robbins' book, Money Masters of the Game, which was genius, not only from a moral standpoint, because what he did is he told on Wall Street. He said, folks, it's important for you to understand who a fiduciary is, which means they have to put together portfolios in your best interest. I am not a fiduciary. And what a Series 7 is, where they just have to put together strategies that are based on if you're suitable. I do not have a Series 7, just so we're on the same page. But the genius of that book was how he connected with a registered investment advisory, and from Tony Robbins' stage, what he was doing was sharing the good information of how to really look and understand how to make your money work. And as a result of it, from the Tony Robbins ecosystem, it was a direct handoff to this RIA, and both merged ecosystems, and as a result of merging those ecosystems, both of their identities rise, not only the RIA, but as well as Tony Robbins. And what I've learned is to model folks that had been there and done that. And what we did here at Epic is formed a partnership, an ecosystem merger, with a gentleman by the name of Sean Callaghy, who's the founder of Unblinded, a peak performance from hello to yes with integrity sales training program that's never been seen before. And as a result of that relationship, I also merged with the mighty Chris Crone. And that's when I began to trade or stop trading time for money. Rob Gill, the individual producer, became Rob Gill, the business owner of Epic Financial Strategies. And as a result of this, to all you entrepreneurs out there, you get to choose as you build your businesses with the extra time that you want or spare time that you're gonna have while your money begins to rise up, what you really wanna do. For me, what I'm doing is continuously building out new relationships because I'm modeling and I'm scaling and I'm synthesizing what has taken us from here to here in the last 4 or 5 years, which is merging ecosystems with folks that have been there and done that are entrepreneurial and leaders in their industries. So as a result of this journey, I took the time to really understand, active income through building, scaling, and modeling, and now being able to create passive income strategies. And here's one hack for you. Once again, everything we suggest is for the long term. If you do a cash flow analysis, and if you look at money in versus money out, and you could isolate dollars that are suboptimal for you, recapture those dollars and put them into a cash value life insurance plan where your money will grow and come back tax-free up to basis, and maintain that tax-free status beyond basis with proper borrowing strategies. But the real story is, while you're in the work years and as your cash value is growing, you can leverage that and go buy real estate. And when you go buy real estate, you can have your renter pay back your policy while the real estate is earning 4 different rates of return, which is cash flow, depreciation, appreciation, and mortgage interest write-off. And in that space, you could multiply your wealth by using the same dollar through the velocity of money multiplier strategy. To be clear, when I go back to the days as a paperboy, where I took time and divided it by 4, and I go back to 2015, 16, 17, 18, where we've gone from 6 to 20 advisors, scaling our practice on a growth of 300%. And now as the individual, when it comes to purchasing real estate and getting multiple use of every dollar, but running the money through the life insurance is one of the hacks that can multiply your wealth throughout your life if you follow the program A through Z. So we've created a financial freedom roadmap for you that could really take everything I just said and show you A through Z on what you have to do. Go ahead and click that link below, and it's there for you for free.